Estás en sintonía de Más que Cine. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Soy Alex Medela y hoy tenemos un programa, como siempre, lleno de información de todo lo que pasa en la pantalla grande. Y con eso vamos a arrancar con las noticias más importantes de esta semana.
Comenzamos las noticias con más información de la esperada Suicide Squad a pocas semanas de su estreno, ya que se filtraron nuevas imágenes del Joker en las que Jared Leto nos comenta que fue una gran oportunidad darle vida de nuevo a un personaje que representa un punto de vista opuesto al bien que hay en el mundo.
I can't wait to show you my toys.
Por otra parte, luego del anuncio del regreso de todo el reparto para la entrega de Transformers 5, Shia LaBeouf acaba con el deseo de esta reunión propuesta por Michael Bay y rechaza su regreso a la saga, ya que desea continuar con su intención de adentrarse en proyectos personales de mayor interés para él.
It's over. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Finalmente, terminamos las noticias de hoy presentándoles el primer tráiler completo de los divertidos Trolls, junto a la música de Justin Timberlake, la cual llegará el próximo 3 de noviembre a cartelera.
My name is Branch, and I'm a troll. Why do I live in a heavily fortified survival bunker? Because right outside my door lurks a nightmare named Poppy. Poppy is the leader of the trolls, and it's not her fault she's so insanely happy. She just never faced a real problem. Until now.
Cupcake? Branch, we just got attacked by a Bergen.
A Bergen.
It took everybody. Dad!
What's your plan?
To rescue everyone and make it home safely.
We did it!
So you're going to scrapbook them to freedom.
Solid burn, Branch.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body.
This bump.
Whoop, gear shift.
Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel the good, good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Everybody say. I can't stop the feeling. So keep dancing.
May I?
Oh, snap. DreamWorks Trolls.
Y luego del éxito de su primera entrega, regresa Los Ilusionistas 2 con un elenco de primera y una producción de $90 millones dirigidas por John Chu. A continuación les presentamos un detrás de cámaras de esta película que, como dato curioso, marca la película número 6 en donde trabajan juntos Michael Caine y Morgan Freeman.
The eye. It may not lie, but don't think for a moment that it can't be lied to.
Action, drama, suspense, comedy, all in that one film. So, what do we want for this one? Same thing. We want the exact same ingredients.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, the Four Horsemen.
These movies really cater to everything I love to do as an actor. You know, there's the action stuff, there's the comedy, but also the more serious moments. And so it's like everything that I love to do kind of mashed into one movie.
The Girl Horsemen. Woo! Yeah! Nope.
Lula's magic specialty is called geek magic, which tends to be kind of shocking, gross out, gory, bloody stuff. And so I loved that element of it. I got to cut off body parts, I got to pull the head off a dove, and anytime I tried to push it further, they always let me, which was great.
People see the horsemen as noble Robin Hoods. Are they? Or are they common thieves? depends on your point of view.
When you're doing a magic trick, there are twists and turns, there are red herrings, there's misdirection. Those are the kind of essential elements of a magic trick, of a good magic trick. And they're pretty much the essential elements of a good caper.
We jumped off a rooftop in New York. Where the hell are we? And landed in China.
How is this possible?
Part of the fun for me of watching the first film, and I think it will be for an audience watching the second, is watching all those guys interact and do, in this film, some incredibly cool stuff. Some of the sequences in this movie are great. So yeah, I think audiences can expect to have a damn good time.
So, the stick.
Go to hell.
There's a fight sequence with Dylan where he's using everything around him as magic in this fight sequence, and that was an attempt to like free Dylan from the idea of having to plan.
Magic is the one performance-oriented thing that actually defies natural laws. Whatever disbelief you have is just gone, and suddenly you're believing in magic, and so it really kind of triggers you to be a child again.
Damn, it feels good to be back.
Pero ahora vamos a movernos al 14 de julio, donde tenemos otro gran estreno, la nueva aventura de Warner Brothers que nos trae La leyenda de Tarzán. Conozcamos más sobre esta aventura con este detrás de cámaras, la primera parte.
I have done all I can to protect my family. We have been surrounded by predators. I fear we will never survive.
The movie is such an interesting take on a very famous story.
It's one of those adventure films that has action, but it has a love story. They speak of the legend of Tarzan.
No man ever started with less.
It's as exotic, as amazing as anywhere in the universe.
You are Tarzan.
The beginning of the movie, John's been in London for almost a decade with Jane, his wife, and is now John Clayton, Lord Greystoke. And he's in a way almost afraid of who he was in the jungle.
He had this fairly brutal life. And as a young girl, Jane goes through the jungle tracking this mysterious Tarzan. And Jane ultimately saved him. She's the one who brings him back into society.
You are Africa's favorite son. Lord of the Apes, king of the jungle. Tarzan! Tarzan!
My name isn't Tarzan. It's John Clayton III.
John is put in a position where he has to go back.
He's being lured back by this dangerous man, Rom.
And Rom is desperate to get his hands on Tarzan, so he captures Jane and takes him on this trek across the Congo. And Tarzan follows with his friend George.
I need you to scream for me.
Like a damsel.
He's Tarzan, you're Jane. He'll come for you.
I was determined not to play the damsel in distress, and she's a really fiery character.
A normal man can do the impossible to save the woman he loves.
At the end of the day, you just want them to be together.
My husband is no normal man.
Al regresar, disfruta de la segunda parte de la entrevista exclusiva que le hizo Alex Medela a los protagonistas del Día de la Independencia Contraataque. Jeff Goldblum y Jesse Archer celebra junto a nosotros los 64 años de Singing in the Rain en cine clásico. Descubre más de la trama de Star Trek Sin Límites con el nuevo sencillo de Rihanna. Y te presentamos una romántica y divertida escena de la Era del Hielo 5. En minutos, en Más que Cine.
Estamos de vuelta con Más que Cine, y 20 años después del estreno de su primera entrega, Día de la Independencia Contraataque, continúa en la posición número 1 en muchos países del mundo. Y nosotros aquí, como vieron la semana pasada, entrevistamos a parte de su elenco, al actor Jeff Goldblum y también a Jesse Archer, este nuevo artista que aparece en esta película interpretando al hijo de Will Smith, que como recuerdan salió en la primera entrega. Bueno, lo que tenemos ahora es más de esa super entrevista que llega gracias a los amigos de Huawei. And is it hard for an actor to replay a role that you did 20 years ago and to go back to him and say, oh, how he's changed? How was the part to bring him back?
I like that part of it, because you already have a basis of, you're not starting fresh, you know something about him. In fact, felt like you've lived something of his early life, like sometimes characters you have to create a backstory, and well, in this we already did it. We did kind of what happened 20 years ago, but then you have to fill in what's happened in these very eventful 20 years since. And they had a very good idea about it. My character is now the head of the organization to try to prevent, and get us ready for another attack. And then these writers on this movie were very good and very helpful, and I worked with them a bit to get myself ready and saw the first movie again. But Roland Emmerich was a wonderful director and a good actor's director. I do believe he was for me. I loved working with him.
They're coming back. That is definitely bigger than the last one.
Jesse, you're portraying Will Smith's character, Steven Pillar's son, in this movie. Did they give you any pressure, like, oh, you're gonna be the next Will Smith or something like that? Does it bother you?
I've heard that just about every day since I got cast in this movie. That people say like, oh, you're the next Will Smith, or whatever. But there's a little bit of pressure that's inflicted. Some was self-created, and it was all kind of alleviated and lifted off of me when I got to set and seeing how welcoming everybody was. All the veteran actors were just happy to be back, and very accepting of myself and the other newcomers. And Roland was very excited to have some different faces in there, and he felt very comfortable to let me play that character. So I feel like if the man who created the movie is fine with me doing it, then there's no reason why I shouldn't be either. So it was liberating. I was able to just take a deep breath and perform.
What we do in the next 12 minutes will either define the human race or finish it.
Yeah, and this one is great. As I said before, I see it as a global movie, but also it's an ensemble movie. You got a lot of roles playing their parts, being together, and fighting for the same cause.
Right.
That's we should compare to our real life. Everyone going for the same goal. Isn't it?
Yeah, we just got to find that, we have to all get on the same page and have the common goal first. I think right now everybody has their own goals, and that's where the conflict is coming from.
Well, we could have a common goal. I mean, we know we all live in a global environment. We have to fix climate change, clean the planet up. We all breathe the same air, and if we fight with each other, we can't, it's bad for all of us. We got to find a way to have peace break out.
Absolutely. Are we going to see Independence Day 3?
I hope so.
Did you sign for something?
There's been some talk about it, of course when you sign up to a film like this, they always have the possibility, so there's that. But Roland has a very interesting idea for a third film if we give him the opportunity about traveling.
I hope we don't have to wait for 20 more years. Thank you guys. You are the greatest.
Thank you.
Because our survival is only possible when we stand together.
Ya saben, vayan y disfruten de esta aventura de aliens y humanos con Día de la Independencia Contraataque. Y ahora vámonos con nuestro segmento de cine clásico, que esta semana se lo dedicamos a una película que cumple 64 años desde su estreno. Y estamos hablándoles de uno de los musicales más importantes, Singing in the Rain.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
Singing in the Rain, o Cantando bajo la lluvia, es una comedia musical estadounidense de 1952, dirigida y coreografiada por Gene Kelly y Stanley Donen, y protagonizada por el mismo Gene Kelly junto a Donald O'Connor y Debbie Reynolds. Este clásico nos cuenta la historia de un ídolo del cine mudo llamado Don Lockwood, quien pensaba que lo tenía todo: fama, fortuna y éxito, hasta conocer a una aspirante actriz llamada Kathy Selden, dándose cuenta que ella es lo que realmente faltaba en su vida. Cantando bajo la lluvia cuenta con varias premiaciones, entre ellas el Globo de Oro al Mejor Actor, comedia o musical, por la participación de Donald O'Connor como uno de los actores principales, y el premio de Writers Guild of America al Mejor Guión Musical. Disfruta de la alegría de este clásico y canta bajo la lluvia con nuestra recomendación de Más que Cine para esta semana en Cine Clásico.
minutos. Celebra con nosotros el estreno de la última entrega de la Era del Hielo, el choque de los mundos. Además, te presentamos nuevas escenas que nos revelan el secreto de Star Trek sin límites. Al regresar, en Más que Cine.
¡Qué bonita lucecita!
Something is coming.
Why not?
Because I don't know what it means. I lost my family.
Y estamos de vuelta con la parte final de Más que Cine. Y lo que tenemos ahora es uno de los estrenos de esta semana. Se trata de la quinta entrega de La Era de Hielo, producción de Blue Sky Studios. Y en esta aventura vemos a Sid que se enamora. Así que aquí les tenemos una escena de la película para que ustedes disfruten y vayan a verla con toda su familia.
Hola, ¿qué tal, guapo? Soy Brooke. Uy, qué atractivos pómulos. Mira, qué mandíbula tan fuerte. Siento mariposillas.
Y yo náuseas. Prepárate para un evento fílmico tan grande.
¡Es enorme!
Ok, tan enorme.
¡Es monstruoso!
Correcto, tan masivo.
Ya captamos, gracias. ¡Excelente!
Que hará volar tu mente.
¡Uy! ¿Quién se te murió en el hocico?
Muy pronto llegará la película
¡Esto es increíble!
más divertida de todos los tiempos.
¡Au! ¡Me recargo en la pared!
No puede ser. La Era de Hielo, choque de mundos.
Mucha aventura y diversión promete esta película, así que compártanla con toda su familia. Y para terminar les tenemos un estreno, el último avance de la película Star Trek Sin Límites, Star Trek Beyond. Y lo interesante de estas escenas que les vamos a presentar es que cuentan con el primer sencillo de la banda sonora de la película y que es interpretado por Rihanna. La canción se llama Sledgehammer y la metieron aquí en este super trailer que a continuación les presentamos.
My dad joined Starfleet because he believed in it. I joined on a dare.
You joined to see if you could live up to him. You spent all this time trying to be your dad. And now you're wondering what it means to be you.
We were overwhelmed by something we've never seen before. I know this isn't the last of my crew, but this is my last report as the captain of the Starship Enterprise.
I'm bracing for the pain and I am letting go. I gathered all my strength and I found myself. I hit a wall. I thought that I would hurt myself, but I hit a wall. Nothing like but I hit a wall.
Let's make some noise.
I hit a wall. I hit a wall. I hit a wall. Hold on to
something. Star Trek Sin Límites es dirigida por Justin Lin y nuevamente regresa Chris Pine en el papel de Capitán Kirk. Y con esto llegamos al final de esta edición de Más que Cine. Gracias por acompañarnos y les recuerdo seguirnos en nuestras cuentas en redes sociales, buscándonos bajo Más que Cine TV en Facebook y también en Instagram. Y pendientes que siempre tenemos información y promociones para ustedes. Hasta una próxima edición. Yo soy Alex Medela desde Ciudad de Panamá y esto fue Más que Cine.